International Crop Research Institute for Semi-Arid Tropic ICRISAT and Pearl Millet East Africa has come together to strengthen sorghum and pearl millet hybrid systems in Kenya. The collaboration has led to the training for seed companies on how to improve the productivity of the two plants. This was witnessed during a fieldwork at the Kenya Agricultural and Livestock Research Organization Calro Farm in Kiboko, Makueni County.
Speaking during the event held at the Kenya Agricultural and Livestock Research Organization, Eric Manyasa, the director of International Crops Institute at ICRISAT, highlighted that the seed companies need to improve the productivity of crops such as sorghum and pearl millet to meet the rising demands in the market.
ICRISAT's mandate is to carry out research for development for the semi-arid tropics. And our mandate is to work on 6 crops that are key in the dry areas of the world. That is not just Kenya, but in the world. So we have main crops we're working on are sorghum, finger millet, pearl millet, pigeon pea, chickpea, and groundnut. Where we are standing today, we are standing in a sorghum field where we are developing sorghum hybrid parents that we eventually pass on to the seed companies and public institutions to be able to develop hybrids for commercial purposes. As we all know, demand for sorghum grain is growing, more so with the emerging value chains like the brewing industry, which has added to the demand side. We have the feed industry, and of course, number one use of sorghum in this country is food. If you go to main supermarkets and even smaller ones in Kenya, you not miss to find sorghum, pearl millet, and finger millet flours that are specifically used for either ugali or porridges and weaning foods for those mothers who have babies, and also breastfeeding mothers. And the key thing here is food and nutrition security.
Henry Ojalong is the director of Pearl Millet Eastern Africa. He is for the idea that pearl millet and sorghum farmers plant drought-resistant crops.
Pearl millet is one of the crops which we call climate smart or climate ready crops. Pearl millet needs about 200 to about 600 millimeters of rainfall a year, which is really very on the lower side. So as a crop, and as we know that climate change is likely to take us to the extremes, dry areas will become drier and wet areas wetter. So pearl millet would be a variety which would be suited to combat the reducing rainfall we have or we're anticipating during the climate change. The first area where we feel there is market is that what we're introducing to farmers are hybrids, which needs the farmer to buy seed every year. Now, why that would be appealing to the farmer is that the hybrids we have are yielding about 70% higher than the OPVs. So we have tested these varieties hybrids among farmers, and the farmers are very interested. So we also have done some studies with some projects whereby we actually have found that farmers are willing to buy the seed if they have an advantage over yield. So yes, that assures us that farmers will be able to buy seed. The second aspect is that over time now we have sensitized the farmers and the community at large. Pearl millet, apart from being drought tolerant, is highly nutritious. It has very high iron and other nutrient contents.
All said and done, the success of the sorghum and pearl millet seeds will mainly depend on the adaptation and adversity of the parent seeds. Marion Munyao for KTN Farmers TV.